Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here, and I think this will be one last thought from me. For a long time, I've wanted to make a video on Archie Bunker and All in the Family. There's a lot of you, those of you that are probably under 45, 50, 45, are going to have a hard time getting this reference, I think. Millennials, I don't know how many millennials I have watching, but you guys are gonna have to look it up. I don't know, or maybe you know it, maybe you don't. Maybe it's more of a classic than I thought. But okay, it was a big sitcom back in the '70s. I remember seeing kids in my school. I think I was in third or fourth grade, and I remember seeing other kids wearing Archie Bunker T-shirts. Okay, Archie Bunker. That was Carroll O'Connor played Archie Bunker. Rob Reiner, the famous producer, was Meathead, the son-in-law dating Sally Struthers, the daughter of our uh, protagonist. I guess he's called. I actually had to look this up this morning too. Archie Bunker is he's our protagonist, our very flawed protagonist, or is he the antagonist with a good heart? I'm not sure. All right. Anyway, so you guys, some people will have to look up this reference if they care to, but for those of us over 50, I imagine you're going to remember this. Okay, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel, it makes me worried. The show and its similarities to today. If you watch it, and okay, just one more point. All in the Family was the first show I think that came on around 70 or 71. Then it ran for 9 seasons maybe, and there was a spin-off, Archie Bunker's Place, which was a good show too, that ran for about 3 or 4 years. In some ways, it was politically, it was a little more interesting because Reagan was in office at that point. Now, Archie, our main character here, is the stereotypical Trump supporter. It's amazing to a T. His concerns about immigration, yeah, in particular. He uses a lot of offensive terminology. I think that it's considered offensive today, or not politically correct. Even in the era of Trump, some of the stuff he said would be politically incorrect. But here's the thing. Part of me, I look and I see how things haven't changed. In one way, it makes me feel a little relieved because I almost feel with the advent of Trump and Trump supporters and everything, and him becoming president, made me, no kidding around, made me fear for the end of days, the end of America. From my point of view, a lying, dishonest, racist president, the self-centered reality TV show star. But when I look back at these shows, I see that that mindset was around a long time ago. It was around, let's see, 73. That's almost around 50 years ago. 50 years. And it's amazing. On one hand, it makes me a little relieved that this isn't something new that would signal the downfall of society. Seriously. On the other hand, it makes me a little sad, a little disappointed that we haven't seemingly made almost no progress whatsoever. Even with an African American being named president. That's an interesting point too. Back when this show was on, All in the Family, 73 or 74, if you were to tell that audience, those people, that there was going to be an African American president someday, that would have been, probably a lot of people would have never believed it. It made me happy having Obama as president. It made me feel like we were starting to progress as a civilization, looking a little deeper than the color of our skin. Which I would imagine for a civilization to move forward, that's something you'd have to do. You can't really stay stuck in old stereotypes and still expect to advance intellectually or socially. Okay, so then I don't know. It brings about a lot of feelings. I recommend for those of you who don't know it, I would recommend looking it up. Looking it up. All in the Family was the first show, and then Archie Bunker's Place. Archie Bunker's Place, in a lot of ways, was um, it was no by nowhere any means as popular a TV show as All in the Family, but it was just it was a spinoff. But politically, I think it was interesting with Reagan as president. Our protagonist Archie, and he was so similar to today's Trump supporters that anything good was due to good old Ronnie Reagan, or his hero. Archie's hero was Richard M. Nixon. Don't you dare say anything bad to Archie about Richard M. Nixon. And the similarities to Trump and Trump supporters today is just amazing. It's to a T, to a T. Like I said, and I don't know. I feel conflicted about this. In some ways, I feel relieved that this isn't a new red flag, a signal that it's the end of days, at the end of civilization. But it's a little depressing and disappointing that society and some aspects of society don't seem to have budged one fraction of an inch from in 50 years. There's some good episodes. There's one where he meets Sammy Davis Jr. I'd recommend that one. There's another one where he mistakenly joins the Ku Klux Klan by accident. He thinks it's a social club, and Archie becomes the hero, and actually ends up fighting against the Ku Klux Klan. So our racist hero, our racist Nixon-loving hero, flips, and it's funny. I won't ruin it for you. It's a funny ending. Those are two I'd recommend off the top of my head: the KKK episode and the Sammy Davis Jr. episode, and All in the Family. Guys, check it out on YouTube. So it's interesting. The similarities to today's Trump supporter, amazing. I could sit here and talk for hours about it, but you guys check it out for yourselves. All right, guys, have a good Thursday.